Welcome to the BCFC.
I'll do that again. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the BCFCP, the Bellevue College Filmmaking Club podcast. This is...
It's supposed to be the fourth?
It's supposed to be the fourth. Yeah, this is the fourth episode. This is the fourth episode, scene 4, take 1. Mark. Period. Welcome back, gang. We are here. I'm here with Patrick. Y'all met him. Adam. Y'all met him. I am Fungus Quinn. I am the best lead actor in America.
If you didn't know, if you hadn't heard.
In case y'all haven't heard, our little group here, we entered into a little film competition, a little national.
Yeah, we win a little something, like not much, it's just second in America.
Just a little second place in the whole country out of 48 teams.
48, yeah.
And I won Best Lead Actor. And so I'm hosting a little podcast just to celebrate my success, to tell y'all about the film industry, what I've only been here a year and a half. Since I started doing film, I started acting. How long has it been for you? When'd you get into film?
So I mean, it's kind of funky. So I started seriously pursuing film as education and as a career about 3 years ago.
Okay.
I initially went down to I originally went to university down in California, San Jose State University, with an intent to study film, and I made it 2 semesters there before they very politely asked me to stop. And I didn't really come back into secondary education until about 6 or 7 years later, something like that. And then so I enrolled at Bellevue College because they had a pretty excellent film program for both. You can get either an associate's degree or a technical certificate. And I enrolled in the certificate program because it was a little bit quicker because I'm a little bit older and don't have quite as much time to spend developing a career and portfolio and stuff like that. And then in doing so, I'm taking classes for about 9 months, I think, when the previous club presidents, Claire and Michael, were in a class with me, and they had mentioned that they were doing this club. And so I jumped into the club at that point and just started just jamming out a bunch of different productions. But me personally, beyond just beyond education and beyond actual independent projects, I had during the lockdown, during pandemic, I had started doing this daily video challenge for myself, where every single day during COVID I would write, film, edit, and upload something super short, maybe 30 to 45 seconds.
Right.
But every day.
Yeah.
And then I got to 70, day 70, and then we all kind of figured this thing's going to go a little bit longer than we thought it would. And so I kind of dropped it because it was super time consuming. It was really cool and fun, but I didn't at that point really have a whole lot of technical knowledge of a real film production. It was me and a camera and a green screen and a plastic skeleton.
That's fun.
Yeah, well, because during lockdown you can't grab anybody to act in your film, and but I had this this decoration from the Spirit Halloween store that I had for a couple of years that it was just sitting in my apartment.
Yeah.
I'll just grab this thing, kind of puppet it around. So I got a green screen, I got a green suit so I could hold up the skeleton and not be seen. Yeah. And it was fun, it was goofy, and I think if I hadn't had been doing that during COVID, I don't know if I would have felt confident enough to go to BC and get into the program, and then get into the film club, and then get into the internship, the advanced program at BC, which has opened up a bunch of really exciting, interesting opportunities for me since getting into all that stuff.
Yeah. Cool. How long have you been filmmaking, Adam?
I was 12 when COVID happened. I've been filmmaking for 4 months now.
Wow. Congratulations! You've come a long way.
This is my second quarter here, and I only joined the club at around late October, November, something like that. And then here we are at March.
And what do you think so far?
I'm I always loved film, but I never back in Taiwan I always loved film. I like watch more than 100 film a year or something like that, but I never think of it as a practical thing to like actually make a film yourself. So I will write reviews and critics and stuff like that, or come up with ideas, but it never had the kind of, I never feel realistic to, it was never realistic to be something practical to be made. And then I came here, I was new to the college, new to the country, and I want to make friends. And then so I spotted this club. So I then joined, and then they're already, because I'm falling behind already, it's the fourth meeting when I noticed them. So I joined, and then they're already starting those two films, and I was just assigned to one of the groups.
Voices in Limbo.
Yeah.
And Solidus, which are the two films we started last quarter.
Yeah, and then originally I was going to join Solidus because like, Vanya showed me the mask for the coat.
Yeah, shout out Vanya, by the way.
Yeah, that was so cool. So I was doing that, and then they told me we had short of hands in Voices of Limbo. So I got there, and I just read the script, trying to write something, it showed up on set, and that's all I did for Voices of Limbo. And now I'm an officer at Belmont College Filmmaking Club.
Crazy.
I mean, honestly, like, that's so much of, like, the whole culture behind, like, filmmaking, like, indie filmmaking.
Yeah, me too.
Is just showing up, right? Just being ready to just jump in and get into something.
And hanging around on sets.
Yeah, because there's, like, you see a lot of, like, interviews and, like, different, like, videos and films of directors or producers talking about, like, oh, if you want to, like, be a filmmaker, just grab a camera and do it. And it seems like it sounds kind of like a funky, like sort of like out of touch piece of advice to give, but it's real, right? Like one of the best ways to like get into it is to just jump in, right? You can't know what you don't know until you're faced with a problem,
right?
And like and there's no better way, at least for me, to like feel inspired to keep doing more stuff than to be in the middle of a project, right? Like I feel so much more like myself, and like I feel like I'm doing something that I want to do instead of something that I have to do when I'm making a film with the BC crew or some independent project that I'm working on. It's kind of like it feels kind of like weirdly like self-actualized in that moment.
Yeah.
That you don't get like working like retail or something like that.
Right.
You know, so like back in Taiwan, I didn't have any like script writing experience, but I did try to write novels and short stories, and it's hard to publish a novel. It's hard to finish a novel. It's hard to do any of that.
What do you mean? You got Wattpad?
I wrote like 9,000 words, and I stopped once I got here because I don't have time to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And then I met you guys, and like you guys are all specialized in something that's in the department that can. So if I have a story, I can pitch it, and we can all make it happen. That's like one of the greatest things about this club. And then eventually, I will learn something from each and one of you, and then maybe someday I can make a project myself.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Do you ever want to direct?
Yes. If I ever like wrote the script completely on my own,
yeah, I
want to direct it. And I'm actually writing a script right now.
Yeah. Did you say you actually are writing a script?
Yeah, I'm actually writing a script.
Can I ask what it's about?
It's a romance.
Ooh.
A romance?
Yep.
Can I ask more?
Sure.
Tell us more.
What you want to know?
Tell us the plot.
The plot is...
Or the story idea.
Okay, the story idea is most of the film, the romance film we saw, it's easy to project yourself in one of the characters, no matter the genders. So the first character that show up on screen are usually the one you project yourself in. Since like, for example, Eternal Sunshine, Jim Carrey wakes up in bed, you kind of feel like, oh, he's the main character, and we have to follow him. And not to mention something like 500 Days of Summer, it's literally just one narrative. And so I want this film to be nobody's fault, that if at the ending, if things didn't work out, it's nobody's fault. So I want to try to make it that the audience don't project themselves in one of the characters. So at first it will be a split screen of the two of them, a montage of them, like their lives before they meet each other, and then the split screen will collide once they meet each other and have this whole walking, talking scene, like Before Sunshine, something like that. And then it's another montage of them getting intimate through the course of a week and something like that. And then they'll have to face another conversation scene. It's like, what are we kind of talk. And then after that talk, I was thinking like she could or he could shot the other one out of the door and then lock one of them inside, so the door will be used to be another split screen. So it splits again, and then it is another montage after they met each other.
Wow, you're just giving us the whole movie. How long do you want it to be?
About like 10 minutes.
Sure.
That's a long one.
You know what you should check out? So there's a trilogy of movies. It's called The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby. And each of the movies in the trilogy it's the same story, but it's different perspectives on it. And so it's one of them is The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, him. And it's like James McAvoy's the main character. He's like the husband. And there's like a problem in the marriage. And so it's just his perspective on how they're handling that whole thing. And then there's a whole other movie that's just her perspective. And I forget the actress's name. But it's just what she's doing during this whole problem. And then there's a third movie that's like both of them kind of cut together. It's really good. You should check it out.
Okay.
What about you, Fungus? What got you into film?
Well, to be honest, the fame and prestige of being an actor. When I was younger, I thought, man, I want to be on Disney Channel. It just looked so fun. Just Camp Rock, Austin and Ally, Nickelodeon, iCarly. It just looks so fun. Like your life is just like singing and acting and performing all day, and your friends love you and they're gonna be with you forever. It just looks so fun. So when I was like 8, I really wanted to be on Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. And so I started looking into how to be an actor. And before that, I wanted to be a singer. So I kind of always wanted to be a performer. And I looked into record labels before and things like that. But acting is a little bit of a whole different game. So I started researching. This is around the time I started having unsupervised internet time. So I started researching. I see Seattle Talent. I see other seedy 2000s websites. Give us your headshot. Write a little about you, and we'll send your information and see if agencies want you. We'll see if casting directors want you. You can model, take our classes, buy our headshots. Things like that. I never bought anything because I wasn't that dumb, I guess, and I was also broke, stupid. I was 8, so I never bought anything. Thank goodness. But I just really wanted to be an actor that sings all day. You perform all day. You get a big fat paycheck. At least in my head, you get a big fat paycheck, and then you get to go party with other actors and celebrities who are just like you, and singers, and you get to be famous, and everyone knows your face, and everyone loves you. That's why I wanted to be an actor when I was 8. And I quickly gave up on that because it didn't work out. No one got back to me with my crappy headshot that I took on a computer camera. Yeah, but I kind of always, in the back of my head, hoped that I might one day get into performing. Dancing is my number one passion, which I kind of recently discovered. I never had any formal training. I never took drama. I never took choir. So that's it's all a bit new for me. But coming to Bellevue College, I see the filmmaking club. I'm like, that's what I want to do. I'm interested. And they had... Oh, I also really wanted to be a YouTuber when YouTubers started becoming popular. Shout out Danny Gonzalez. Shout out Markiplier. And... yeah, Bellevue College Filmmaking Club, they ran a lecture on social media presence during the first quarter of the Bellevue College Film Club revival. So I went to that and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is pretty much exactly what I want to do. But I didn't really feel like I belonged in the film club. It's cliquey. People there, they kind of know what they're doing. You got the students that are in the DMA program. You got the students that are self-taught. I was neither. I didn't know anything. I was hoping to learn, but then I had some other stuff going on too, so I like dropped it. You guys are mighty quiet.
No, we listen to your
Yeah,
story.
you're talking.
I was meant to interrupt you at some point when you said you have like unlimited internet,
Yeah.
and then you said you're 8, and I was like, you had unlimited internet when you're 8, and then
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I hope back on that.
That was a big problem. But yeah, I don't know when I realized again I wanted to get into acting, but like 2 years ago, Michael Toledo, one of the forefathers of the Bellevue Filmmaking Club, I guess you could say. That's fair to say.
Yeah, I think so.
He was producing Interview with the Yeti for the first time. And I auditioned. And I auditioned for a character that had 2 lines, and one of them was, ah! And the other one was, it was like, what are you? Or something like that. So I was like really nervous, and I like went to audition, and he was like, great. I'll catch you later. And I was like, okay. But I just kept coming back, and now I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm like so in. I'm on sets. I'm winning awards.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out me, because
Yes.
in our film Offbeat, I guess out of all the teams around the country, I was the best lead. So shout out me for that. Shout out Gang for putting together the movie, so that really helped me shine. And I hope it takes me places, and I hope it takes all of us places. I hope it takes us to Portugal.
Yeah.
Since our film, I didn't just win best lead, our film won second best in the country.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And nominated for best cinematography, shout out Damien, and best director, shout out Damien, and and best,
Production design.
we won best production design too.
Yeah.
Y'all probably heard this. Y'all already know.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I dropped something. My French pen. Anyways. Yes, we won some things. And because we won, our film gets to get screened for the audience, the global festival audience, in Lisbon, Portugal. But we can't go because we're brokiante. So if you would like to help us go, there's a GoFundMe in the description. Like, feel free to click on it. We're up to 1,000.
Yeah. Just over.
1,000 in 4 hours. The GoFundMe went live 4 hours ago, gang. Hold on. This is the end of the promo. Give me 1 second. Okay. Shout out Aaron Brooks. Shout out Jose Horta. And shout out Brett Hurley. Thank you so much for donating. Shout out everyone that has donated so far. Mwah. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart, bro. We're going to Lisbon. We're going to watch our film get screened. Like, it's our film.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
To see your work on the big screen,
On the big
where
screen.
everybody else
Yeah.
sees it.
Our
As you,
award-winning film.
And not just that, it'd be very, very cool. I think, at least for me, very exciting to go and meet with other teams internationally and just see how their process differs from ours.
Yes,
you know?
that's so what I want to see.
If there's anything that we can learn from them, or that anything that we can show them to help them improve as well,
Yeah.
kind of like a little give and take, I think it'd be a very cool opportunity.
Yeah, we kind of touched on this in the last episode about like the cultural differences in storytelling.
Yeah.
And that doesn't show anywhere more, I think, than in short films.
Mhm.
Just like student-based, ground-up, grassroots short films. And like I really want to see what comes out of the minds of like other people in my country for sure, and around the world. Like, I don't know, that'd be so cool. And just getting to work with these industry professionals, like, it'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hope we can all go.
It'd be very, very cool.
I hope we can all go. We can't go without your help, so. If you share the link, if you don't want to donate, please share. It would mean so much to us. But anyways,
It's our dream.
it is our dream. It's big? Question mark. It's big.
I think it's big for us.
It's big for us.
Yeah.
I guess it's big for me. I don't know. I got a lot of congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh, stop.
Congratulations, Monica.
Stop. Thank you.
Let me ask you Alex a question.
Mhm.
What was the first movie that you guys watched that gave you like the big like wide eyes like aha moment that like really like this movie made you want to get into acting or into writing for film?
I'm gonna talk about Gang. Some of y'all know Eurovision Fire Saga with Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams. That was my favorite movie until Dune 2 came out. I'll say that much. It's a movie about the Eurovision Song Contest. Not a lot of Americans will know that, but shout out my Europeans, y'all know. And Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams, McAdams. I was quoting someone else. Rachel McAdams, they're big household names, and they're like playing these Europeans. And they're playing these Europeans. Anyway, the film is literally just them like singing and having fun and partying and like coming together through the craft of like music, and they're like having fun. There's a bit of drama, right? There's conflict.
Yeah.
But it's just I like watched, this is kind of so stupid, but I watched that movie and I was like, I wish my life was like this every day. And it kind of could be, if I wanted to film. It could be a song and dance every day. Or, like Wonka with Timothée Chalamet.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all seen it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish my life was like that every day, Yeah. So cool. That's kind of, I think Eurovision Fire Saga, when that came out around COVID and everything was shut, everything was closed. And here it's just this new movie, and it's like everything is open, everyone's partying, everyone's together, everyone's singing and performing together and playing violin sometimes. I don't know, it's just cool.
Yeah, no, it sounds really cool. I'll have to rewatch that one at some point.
Have you seen it?
It's been a while.
I've seen it like twice.
Yeah.
Bro, I've only seen it like 4 times too, but before that movie came out, The Great Gatsby was my favorite movie. And then Eurovision Fire Saga came out and took my top spot until Dune 2.
Sure.
I watch Dune 2 like 3 times a month. I'm not even exaggerating.
Jeez.
Like at all.
Where do you find the time? Isn't that like a 3-hour movie?
Yeah, I like cut it up.
Oh, sure.
So,
Just skip everything until my name is Paul actually.
Bro, literally in the last 2 weeks, I watched half of Dune 2 one day, the next day the other half. So I watched Dune 2. And then I was like, this really makes me want to watch Dune 1. So we watched Dune 1. And then I was like, I just finished Dune 1, I have to watch Dune 2. So I watched Dune 2. And it's like that, like all the time.
The actual book of the Dune
Mm-hmm.
Dune book, the first episode of the book is like, the movie is, it took 2 movies to tell the story of the whole book.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought the book after I watched the first movie, and then I finished the book right before I get to see the second movie. It took me like 2 years.
That was cool.
So what was your movie that gave you kind of like the aha moment that like made you realize that that's what you want to do?
That kind of, for starters, like, something that really like get me engaged in the whole, like, generally speaking, movie wise. I was 5 when like Avengers came out, so I I really remember I was 5 and I saw the 6 of them assembling in New York, and I was like, holy shit.
Bro, I was 5 when the first Iron Man came out.
Jeez.
And I saw it, and I loved it so much.
Yeah, and then it kind of got me into movies, so I started watching more as I grew up, and the thing that it really gets me, this is what cinema can do, this is what something that can be life-changing and meaningful is La La Land.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, and it's my second rewatch to make it. I watched it when I was younger, and I don't get it at all. And I watched it a second time, and I cry. So.
Yeah. For me, like, it goes back like a long time, back to like early 2000s, which like, if it's not super clear, I'm actually a decent bit older than most of the other members of this crew. So in early 2000s, I was like 5 or 6 in like 2001, 2002. And so I got in trouble a lot at school for like getting in fights and stuff like that, because I didn't like other kids like picking on me, because I was one of like 3 white kids in like a whole big like ethnic class, and kids picking on kids who were different, and I wasn't super into it. And so I came home like super upset one day, and my mom sat me down and we watched this movie called Singing in the Rain, which is a musical. It's a movie adaptation of a Broadway musical, starring and directed by Gene Kelly, who is like the main character. But like when I was a kid, I wasn't looking at Gene Kelly. I was looking at supporting actor Donald O'Connor, who played like the best friend Cosmo Brown, because he has a whole song and dance number in that movie that's just him, and the song is called "Make 'Em Laugh," where the entire song is just him talking about how important it is to make people laugh, to find humor in things, and to be kind of to take things lightly, right? To not take things super serious.
Yeah.
And that kind of opened my eyes to like how important comedy and how important comedy is, and how important like a positive attitude can be in life. But also the entire movie itself is about making a movie, and so that whole thing kind of opened my eyes to film in general. A big way that my family communicates with each other and like bonds with each other is through movies. We're talking about movies, watching movies together, quoting movies to each other, talking about movies we'd like to make. It's like 70% of what we do with each other. Like every night with dinner there was a movie, or like I have 2 siblings, right, and so we're growing up kind of like upper middle class, and so if we're going to go see a movie in a theater, it's tickets and snacks for 5 people, so it's at least like $80 to $100 every time we're going out to the movies. And so if there was ever like a movie that was based on a book, like an adaptation of a book, everybody in the family had to have read the book first, and then we go. I think that's kind of like a budgeting like tool. It's kind of like, okay, it's not worth it to spend all that money if some of the people don't know what this is, kind of thing. But like having that much like family involvement in cinema, it's such a young age for me. Like kind of like put stars in my eyes very, very quickly, and then they just kind of stuck. I can't quite get them out.
That must hurt.
Yeah, sometimes. But I did like when I was a little kid. I did want to be an actor as well. And then as I got older, I gave it a shot down in California, in Northern California for a while, and it didn't quite work out. And then I kind of came to the conclusion that like if nobody's going to put me in a movie, I'll make the movie and I'll put me in the movie.
Oh, per.
And then I started looking into like film production, like, this stuff's actually like way cooler and way more interesting than actually just being in the movie.
Low-key true. Sorry. Shout out my actors.
Yeah. And so like having the opportunity to like to write and to direct and to like self-produce, to me is really cool. Like I've got a project that I have been working on for about 6 months now. It's just like silly, stupid little like fantasy courtroom drama thing, that hopefully sometime soon I'll be able to drop into something. But like just having that opportunity to connect with the people in the club and like work on something like genuinely is really cool to me. Very exciting.
Yeah. Real. Dune 2. I love talking about Dune. Guys, it's freaking amazing.
Yep.
What do y'all know about Dune 2? If I could.
Yeah. So
best IMAX experience I ever had.
Really? You saw it in IMAX?
I saw it in IMAX.
Did you see it in IMAX?
I didn't actually watch it in the traditional way. So for the last 6 years, I've been managing a movie theater, and so I've seen the movie, but I haven't sat and watched it, right? But I also know that like the Dune movies are huge releases and they come out in the holidays. And so me personally, and I think Damien kind of feels very similarly.
Why would Damien feel similar?
Because Damien also manages a movie theater. Those releases ruin our lives. They are so hard. Like from October to December, it is like the roughest, and then same thing for like June to August. It is like the busiest, roughest season for movie theaters, and you get like the big, huge releases, and everybody's going, and it's just like a super stressful nightmare for anybody involved in running a movie theater.
Yeah.
And so we ended up having a little bit of a skewed perspective on it. Like I'm sure, obviously, Dune 2 is phenomenal, so like revolutionary in how the movie's made, and like super like award-winning and really well done, all the good performances.
True.
It just made me mad to go into work and know that I was going to be doing so much stuff all day that I did not want to be doing.
Yeah.
and people were gonna watch the movie, having fun, and you have to clean up their stuff.
Yep. And at the same time, I think it was what came out at the same time as Dune 2? Was that one of the Wickeds?
No.
No. There was some other big release.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think Wicked had come out like the month prior, and then Dune came out. I think it was Wicked Part 1 in November, and then Dune 2 in December.
It's not December. It's December.
I think Dune 2 was April. Wicked was May.
postponed.
Was it? Oh, okay. I'm confused.
Something like that.
It's like huge movies come out all clustered together, and so it kind of like domino effects, and so like you start with like okay, Wicked Part 1 came out, and that was busy, and then Moana 2 came out, and that was also huge and busy, and then like it just kind of like spirals and just like snowballs into like you don't stop working hard for like 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
But then the slow season comes around, and then like you don't do anything for 4 months.
Well, that's when you get to scroll on your phone for 4 hours.
Something like that.
Or read,
Or watch
journal.
an entire movie.
Or watch an entire movie. Yeah. You should watch Dune 2, bro.
Yeah, I mean I've seen it. I just haven't like sat and watched it.
You should sit and watch it.
You should see it.
I also watched it in IMAX. But to be honest, I don't get the hype of IMAX.
It's just a bigger screen.
Just really big screen. And you see like all the like, cause in Taiwan we have subtitles, and you see the subtitle is the size of you. And you just feel like, oh, this is crazy. And the first time you ever enter an IMAX theater, it's just, I didn't know that thing could be that big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
And
To me, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, and the first IMAX I ever seen was Avengers Endgame.
Nice.
Yo, I saw on Instagram, I don't know if this is true, this could be fake, but the point is not whether it's true or not, but I saw on Instagram that Dune 3 has an IMAX hold in the US, and Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday is coming out around the same time and cannot show an IMAX because Dune 3 has a hold on it. Whether that's true or not is irrelevant, but all the comments on this post was like, yo, who even cares about Dune? Hello? In my head, I'm like, who cares about Marvel anymore? Like, it's so old, it's the same movie over and over again. Captain Marvel 1 and 2 were the same, Shang-Chi was kind of the same as Captain Marvel, like, it's all kind of the same. Like, can we just be real? I didn't see Thunderbolts. I still haven't seen it, I'm so sorry. But I will, I'll get to it eventually, sooner than later. Y'all seen Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
I saw parts of it.
Was it worth it?
I think it's good.
Better than Shang-Chi?
I think Thunderbolts.
Shang-Chi is already like better than most of the movies in that phase.
Yeah.
I just think it's just the same.
When
I got to like the dragon, Dancing with the Dragon of Shang-Chi, or
the end?
Maybe he was like riding a dragon.
Oh, he was riding a dragon.
Towards the end, I was just like, wrap it up, bro. And like you're sitting in the theater and there's like 40 minutes left for sure.
So you're saying you didn't like book 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I did.
Book 3?
Yeah, where Aang and Zuko are dancing with the dragon and riding the dragon.
No, I love that.
Right, so
that was a good dancing dragon.
But it's different.
No, it's different because you just know.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you see the same thing over and over again with like a different font. It's kind of, you're just reading the same book in a different font, kind of.
Sure. Or
maybe there's some shuffling in the words or whatever, but it's, Oh, anyways, I was like a little pissed. I was like, dude, when has Dune ever come out in like a good way?
pretty much every single time.
No, I mean like this is the first adaptation of Dune. That is good.
Oh,
that
okay.
is good.
All
right.
Yes. Yeah.
That is good. Like David Lynch did one.
Yep.
I haven't seen it. I've heard bad things about it.
Yeah, I think the Cinemark that I used to work at, they did a special screening before the first Dune, the new Denis Villeneuve Dune came out.
Yeah.
They did a special screening of the David Lynch Dune.
Yeah.
And people were super excited to go see it, and those same people walked out halfway through. It is, I love David Lynch. He's one of my favorite directors.
Rest in peace,
a
Big Bro.
lot of really, really great work. I mean, like Twin Peaks or I think it's Dr. Strangelove, right? I think it was him. But like his version of Dune is not good.
Yeah. So I've heard.
Yeah.
And so this is like the first. So there's only 2 adaptations of Dune.
Oh, right. Well, I think there was BBC miniseries for children of Dune.
Oh, really?
It was like a straight to TV thing. But I think it was like one of the later books.
I think I did hear about that.
Yeah.
So this is the first adaptation of Dune, you know, and Marvel. We've seen hella Marvel movies. All the Iron Mans, all the Captain Americas, Captain Marvels, the Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange. We've seen all of it. But Dune hasn't come out, and it's good. It's freaking good. It's freaking amazing. It's one of the best pieces of fiction I've ever laid my eyes on. Thoughts?
I thought I was a little confused in the first one about which Dune they were talking about, because there was a lot of dunes in the movie. Like, they're out in the desert and they're all over the place.
For sure.
There's thousands of dunes.
Oh my god.
And they never really made it clear which one they were talking about.
Well, if you really think about it, it's all one big dune. If you really, you know.
Maybe we're the dune.
The dune is the friends you made along the way. But yeah, Dune's just freaking. It's amazing. It's the best piece of fiction ever written. So I don't know why anyone would have hope in a Marvel movie being astonishing ever again. To be honest. But anyways, that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, about Dune having an IMAX hold. I don't really know about that. I think it's kind of weird, but
it is a funky. I don't think I've heard too much about any other movie having that kind of negotiation.
Yeah.
I've heard funky stuff from James Cameron about Avatar, because there was a weird thing that they did where before you can go and play Avatar 3, you had to play Avatar 2 in October, and then in order to play Avatar 3 at all, you had to play it in multiple screens, and you had to have at least one of them be in 3D. And I've never heard of any other movie having that level of special requirement beyond just because usually what it is it's you play our movie at a certain time or a certain amount of times a day, right? If it's a family movie, they want it played. They generally want it played earlier in the day, or if it's if it's a bigger movie, a bigger blockbuster thing like Top Gun, they want it played more times a day. But I've never before Avatar 3 seen anything that specific and that nitty gritty about what they're asking every theater to do to play their movie.
Crazy style.
Yeah. And what's even crazier is that because Avatar 3 was so anticipated and was expected to be such a big release, quite a bit of a letdown. But because it was anticipated to be so big, every theater did it.
Yeah.
Every theater was on board to do it. Nobody just said, we're not playing Avatar if you're going to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't. I knew Avatar 3 would not be that great. Sorry.
I mean, it's it's funky to think about, right? Because from a writing perspective, Avatar is really good at world building. James Cameron's really good at world building for Pandora.
Sorry, James Cameron. I love you, but
the narrative is not there, right? The first one is basically just Ferngully.
That's low-key true! That's low-key true.
And the second movie is basically, most of it is Planet Earth Pandora, right? It's just a study on culture of the Maori people, but on an alien planet.
And most of the third movie is the second movie.
Yeah.
Just again.
But it is... I think a lot of the success of the second and third movies are really piggybacking on the notoriety of that first film, because they did do revolutionary things with new cameras and new types of cameras, and straight up IMAX as a format was invented by and for James Cameron, and so that's a big deal. And I think Avatar 2 and 3 are kind of piggybacking off of that, and so it's not quite
sure.
the hype hasn't died down over the last 15 years somehow.
Crazy. I really wanted. Okay, can I spoil? Spoiler time for Avatar 2. Are you guys cool with spoilers?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, I really wanted. At the end, we saw at the end of the second movie there was a bit of a betrayal against Spider Socorro, our boy. Okay, a shout out Jack Champion, by the way, who plays Spider. But so I thought. That's such an interesting dynamic. It gets the audience invested. I don't really care that, like, there's a new world to see. It doesn't really appeal to me. Like, I could make any world I want in my head. I could see any other world on screen, you know? But the idea of, like, a betrayal of the human boy, the monkey boy, by his family, essentially, I thought it was so interesting, and I was like, okay, this is definitely... Call me a fool, but I was like, this is definitely setting up for Spider Socorro to become a villain in, at least by Avatar 4, in Avatar 4. If not, then sooner in Avatar 3. And Avatar 3 comes out, and it's like, Spider Socorro's just a nice boy, he doesn't feel betrayed, and it's all well and done and forgiven, and he wants to help his family who tried to kill him. So I thought that was really weird, and I was so disappointed, and I was like, ugh, there's just so much that could have been done better. I wish I knew what kind of story James Cameron was trying to put into our brains, because it did not enter mine. But yeah, it just wasn't that thrilling. I didn't feel that connected to any of the characters. And the third movie was literally just the second movie, but with fire people instead of water people. So, anyways.
Should we wrap it there then?
That's my thoughts on Avatar. That's a bit of my thoughts on Dune. I'm excited to see Doomsday, not as excited as I am to see Dune. I'll tell you that much. Anyways. Click the GoFundMe link. Follow us on YouTube. Watch our films, I guess. Squat is our most popular one. I much prefer, Mad. Check out Mad.
Mad's good. Don't Go in the Shed is interesting. I like Don't Go in the Shed.
I like Mad. Check out Mad. Anyways, that's it for the podcast today. We'll catch you in the next one, where we yap about how much I like spaghetti. I'll see you then. Bye.